So what we're gonna do is we're gonna review Instinct's VOD. He's on Ivy. He's playing support Ivy. Let's look at what's going on, what could be done better. I think this is our first support game we're actually reviewing. We never reviewed a support game before, I think. All right, Instincts. Hey, I need to wake up a little bit. Tell me, so you don't know what happened this game, but you usually, I'm assuming you probably usually play support. So why don't you tell me a little bit about like your gameplay, what you perhaps struggle with, your issues, if you even know what they are. I don't usually support.
Interesting. Interesting. Are you sure then you still want to review this game for Ivy support? Or are you playing Ivy like a pause 4 or pause 3?
Support, but I'm enjoying it a lot more. Okay. Okay. I understand. I understand, amigo. I feel like I was the game deciding factor in a lot of team fights, but curious what could be different. Okay, bet. Do you want to skip then, Instincts, to the team fight? To the mid game a little bit? How do you feel about your lane here? Your lane doesn't look that crazy with the kills or deaths. Doesn't look like really anything happens. I want to see your lane, honestly. Bad, okay. Ivy lane isn't as bad as you think it is. It is pretty bad. It's definitely not the best. However, it's still not bad. You know what I mean? You can still get your shit done. In their modern day, bro, honestly, like Rem seems to be a lot. I mean, Ivy's not that bad. I'm gonna say Ivy's not that bad. So far, by the way, Instincts, I'm not really seeing that much of your gameplay. Your gameplay seems fine, pretty. Oh my god, what the fuck am I saying? So far. Fucking Racer, bro. He thought he was slick. Whoa, that heavy melee was wicked, Instincts, by the way. So yeah, nothing to say about that gank there, really, Instincts. The gank is... It is what it is. It's gonna happen. I could give you advice on how to watch mid lane, but no one's doing that in this game right now, so it's not really worth the advice. Realistically, you just watch and see, oh, mid lane is shoved in. Okay, we need to play like safe because we don't have Vision on Lash. In a competitive game in the future, when people actually calm more and shit, people will be on top of those comms more. I really like this though. I really like how you're just pressuring this tower. To be honest.
Sometimes Instincts, I'm not really... What the fuck is this Dynamo doing? What's up, GPAM? Instincts, your ability usage a little bit is like a little awkward at times. It's not bad. I think it passes.
But like there, like we're starting. You're trying to stone form the Dynamo out of the Quantum, but it was like too late. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like fine, but the only real thing I have to say is just like be more cognizant, I suppose, of like ability usage. It's not really that crazy. It's like low priority. It's not even that big of a deal. I'm gonna be looking more towards when you're playing support here, your mid game rotations and what you're doing. You're doing a pretty good job of getting boxes here during this farm. I am... Yeah. I was gonna say their Instincts, once again, the only thing that I have to say about that situation is the ability usage. I think using Stone from there makes you prone to Lash Alt. Now, I understand that you Stone from the Guardian, but still, like, I don't think it was necessary to Stone from there. I think you should just hold Stone Form to use it to counter Lash Alt, but luckily it went fine. That's not even in the context of Quantum, just in context of general. Definitely see it? Okay, bet. It's the same thing again. Now, does this fight go well? Yes. But you're using Stone Form too early. There were 3 ults there you could actually canceled with Stone Form. You could have canceled 7 ult, Dynamo ult, and possibly Lash ult, which is a little harder to do, but still possible. Here, you need to default to invading your Ivy as well. Ivy is one of those heroes in the game that you can invade very easily on. Why is that? It's because Ivy has 4 stamina, she has stone form, she has tether, and all this like other shit. She even has this for the movement speed still on the enemy. So you can realistically invade very easily. When you get this mid shove here, I mean this is something I think I've talked about in every single VOD review, which is fine. But when you get this shove here, you need to default to invading. Past this camp, onto the right side. Now, of course, you don't have vision. You don't really see where anyone's at. That's why, though, it comes down to you playing Ivy. If you're playing something like Paige, right? Paige would be much harder for her to invade because she has only like 2 stamina bars and no. I mean, she has self-heal, but it's not that crazy. Here, your Ivy, 4 stamina, tether, all this junk, right? I actually just wrote that down. W. An important thing is like the context of the character in which you're playing, right? We're playing. I remember we're playing Ivy. Ivy has wings, legit has wings. Like the point of her is to be mobile. Mobile and like hard to kill. She's like there's an ability called Stone Form. You know what I mean? Instincts. How often do you come in your games? Minus gravity. Yes, she does have minus gravity. I forgot about that as well, actually. If there's comms to be made, can you elaborate a little bit on that? That's a problem, Instincts. That's a problem. I'm gonna look at something. I'm gonna click this and I'm gonna be scared. So this here, Instincts, is a problem. Do you see these 2 gaps? Here to here? Let's do the math. We're gonna do some mathematics here, Instincts. $7.25, so 7 minutes. Fuck. Let's just round. We'll round to 7.5. There's a problem. Yes. That looks like pi, by the way. This is a problem. So, yeah. 3.1415. But the problem here, Instincts, is on a hero like Ivy. So what is Ivy? What is this hero? This hero is characterized by her high mobility and her like healing, her way to traverse the map, and her ults. Is this how they figured out pi? Yeah, I think so actually. I think that's how they figured out pi. So, you know how Ivy always talks about her voice lines coordinating with the ally and the team? You need to actually, ironically, be calming more and coordinating more with your team. So like lore accurate Ivy. Because you have a lot of downtime in your airdrops. Why do you have a lot of downtime in your airdrops? Well, for the past about 3 minutes, you're waiting for things to happen on the map and not starting them yourself with an ally, right? Remember, with this airdrop, bro, it legit turns your guy into fucking Thanos. Look, 131 explosive damage, right? We could say that you're probably going to get guaranteed stone form, 89, and 7.75 seconds stun, right? You're probably going to get some kudzu, let's say 2 ticks, 125. Yeah, 3.14159265, yeah. 20% damage amp, and 300 barrier, right? And they're also slowed on movement speed hit. So, essentially, you need to be looking more. You need to be looking more. Instincts. Way more. So low-key yap more. It's not necessarily yap more, but it's essentially look for more. In this specific scenario, who am I wanting to look with? So this is a 2-parter, right? Thank you, by the way, Knifeoff, for the membership. This is a 2-parter, right? So let's start with part 1. Part 1 is we need to look more with our allies with our airdrop. Something important that I also want you to identify, Instincts, is we're investing 2 points into our airdrop, right? So it's not like if you invested, or not 2 points, 2 levels, sorry. If you invested your AP points otherwise, or somewhere else in Ivy's kit, you'd be fine. But here you're investing 2 points in the airdrop. You gotta give that out this ability. Now, second point, who do you want to look with? Now, who do we want to look with? This is a hero identification thing. We just need to look and see who wants to fight early to mid game. Victor? Probably not. Bebop could be good. Where's bomb stacks? Billy could be good. And Hayes could possibly be good. So I think these 4 heroes are good. This hero is not good to look with. He needs the farm. So it can realistically be anyone. And I think the order of operations wise, like, who is best to look with? It probably is just Billy and Bebop first. Start with Billy and Bebop, these 2 heroes, because they're tanky and like to get in there. And then you go with the Hayes and Grey Talon. Does that make sense? And something important that I want you to identify is your airdrop activity early to mid is an indicator of how active you are being in the game, right? So once again, we're building an item like Headhunter that is really good early to mid, and we're not fighting as much as we should be early to mid. Is that Billy you? I don't think you are Young Stroker the Body Snatcher. Reverse hover technique, yeah. Like here, after you get that shove, let me propose to you an idea. And I don't mean propose in the way that I'm gonna pose for marriage. I'm gonna propose to you, right, an idea on what you can do with Bebop. After you get this wave shove here in these last 2 minions, right, why not fly the Bebop instantly to like a sideline to look for someone? Fly Bebop, go to Drifter, right? We have the wave cleared, it is done. We can now rotate quicker than the enemy wherever we want on the map. Now, will it necessarily result in something good? That's something you have to identify in the moment. Most likely, it won't be good because the Paradox and Yamato will have vision of you. And they will probably just call the roam off. No, or not the roam, but they will call out your roam. They'll be like, yo, Bebop's roaming right side. And then Drift will be notified, right? So, I honestly think your issue from looking at the timeline here and looking at your ult usage is your activity. In general, in this game. I think that is why, or not why, but something rather you can improve on. And that's something that I see a lot of support players in general like fail at, being active enough. The support and more hovery roles are definitely a lot harder than the active roles. So, and this is one of the reasons for that. Stat lines don't show all the impact. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. Yeah, it's sad. That's why comp is so like this, so annoying sometimes, bro. But thank you, GFam. I appreciate it. That's why comp is so annoying sometimes, Instinct, because you'll play, right? You'll do all this shit, and then just because of your stat line, oh my, it's legit a fucking fat chud at the keyboard. Fat fucking chud. Fat chud. Top damage! Top damage! Legit a fat fucking chud, bro. Always. Some random fucking idiot. Go damage! Go damage! Instincts, my advice for you in this situation, though, is I think that one thing you don't get value out of in this team fight is your ultimate ability. I think if you could coordinate, once again, idea of coordinate one of your allies to grab the urn and then you fly them in, that would be perfect for this situation. Yeah. I mean, little do they know, LOL player, that it doesn't matter if you have gold damage. If you die at 25 fucking minutes and the enemy team gets mid-boss, you threw the game. Regardless. Right? Like, it's so stupid, bro. I hate that. I hate that shit, bro. People just don't understand. Is it that worth? Yes, it is. The reason it is, Instincts, is because think of the value. Think of, once again, let's think of what we're investing our ability points into. Let's think that this is a team fight with our ultimates. Let's think that this is low cooldown, right? Look at the stats this provides. Explosion damage. Outgoing damage bonus. Barrier, right? We don't really care about the travel time. We care about getting the value out of the ultimate in the team fight. Because take a look. You're unable to get value out of your ultimate in the team fight because you're in combat. See? Fight, 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 fight. No time to ult. No ally to ult. Everyone's fighting. So it's not the point of the travel time, it's the point of getting the value on the ult. And now you're using ultimate at a time where the fight's already over. Right? So communication, ability usage. SMH. If I was an Ivy main, I would be eating this info up. I mean, realistically, regardless of whatever you play, I think anyone can benefit from this information on any hero. I think this is all extremely valuable. Bucket 10, turn around, jumping jacks. Why you want me to turn around and do jumping jacks, bro? What's up with that, Habibi? You want me to start jiggling my ass? Invest in colorful foreign bird commodities. Bro, I'm investing? Listen. Am I investing? My 10-year investment. I'm investing, bro. Bro, TF2 cases are fucking hot, chat. Yo, listen. If you guys ever need some... I might have to fucking start a financial trading server, like on Discord, for us to talk TF2 money. I might have to fucking start a financial trading server. Anyways, instincts, yeah. So your issue, what you need to essentially be doing is you need to be in the side lane more, actively coordinating aggressively with allies. You need to identify the team. Okay, who can I fuck with, right? Who can you take someone and fucking grab the enemy team with, right? You guys are down 18% now. Let's see how that happens, right? The point is, group up with Hayes. Yo, Hayes, let's kill this guy in the side lane. Yo, Great Talent, let's kill this guy in the side lane. Billy, Bebop, let's kill these guys, right? You're never hiding in a veil, like baiting your enemy, baiting your ally, setting up a play. You know what I mean? You essentially, what you need to do is add, this is in the same context of the communication, add creativity to your plays. When you're setting up a play for a kill, like, you know what I mean? Fucking go cook. You gotta, you know, go fucking get them. You gotta grab them. You're never grabbing them. You're just kind of sitting around a little bit and just like farming, which is not a problem, right? But at that point, you're just a bystander. You're not acting. You're not going for anything. No aggression. No initiative. Here, this is good initiative. This is great initiative. But this is the first initiative that we've had for like a while. I mean, realistically, there's not much to say here, Instincts, about this situation. The only thing I would say is, like, perhaps you play a bit more cautious to cancel the Dynamo ult, but I don't think that's a realistic expectation for the situation here. I mean, this is just kind of one of those things where, like, the fight breaks out, and, I mean, to be honest, from my screen, it looks pretty unexpected that this fight breaks out. It's not really... I mean, this guy looks like he's inting. You go in just a little bit, and now everyone pulls up. It's too hard to read this, so... Whoa, 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 whoa. This is illegal. In a turn is 5, listen, I do this sometimes as well, but I'm not trying. But assuming that you want to win, we need to grab this turn here. We cannot walk past this turn. We have to. It's comeback. We absolutely have to. If they get their little grubby hands on it, it is not good. This is really bad, especially as support Ivy. Well, you leave Hayes. You leave Hayes. You were leaving Hayes. Yeah. You were... Well, yeah, that's why I'm confused. Yeah, I thought, like, I was viewing that under the pretense that you're leaving Hayes. Ultimate ability! Please! Please! Oh my god! I didn't even see the end part of it. Oh my god! That's a long time. 26 minutes. 26. How many ults can we get in 26 minutes? I don't even know. Hold on. 19 ultimates ability. Oh, pick up an ally each time. Yeah. Yeah.
Challenge me the same.
It does a lot, Space Moose. It slows them. It gives a barrier. It does a silence. It does damage. It gives them damage amp. It legit does so much. It does a lot. A lot. Okay, so what I'll say here, Instinct. What I'll say here. After you kill that hero, after you kill the 7, you need to grab the urn and run the urn. This fight, there is no purpose to it. I mean, there's mid-boss, right? But it's much better to have the fight start from an objective, like from urn. You know what I mean? So urn, after you get the kill, then fight. And to an extent, this is kind of your responsibility in a way. It's not solely your responsibility, but it could be anyone's responsibility in this game. But because you're support, you have more room to think about it probably than anyone else in this whole entire game. Right? What's up, Nelu? Oh, you and your heavy melees! You and your heavy melees! Not sure what I was doing there. That's fine. Oh! I'm not gonna lie, he fucking outplayed y'all. Fly, someone! Fly them! Please! Fly the Billy! Press 4! Please! I mean, listen. The fact that you still win this game that hard without using your ultimate for this long is insane, man. That is crazy. You know, what's his name, chat? Surgery? Surgery? You know, Surgery doesn't put a point in an ability or something like that. He doesn't level it at all. That's essentially that. Like, you essentially just won the game with the Surgery method, 18 minutes from round. So, what I have to say about your VOD instincts, it kind of goes as follows. I think the first and most important thing is your ult. Your ult. You need to use your ult way more. Way more. The second piece of advice that I have for you is your initiative when it comes to comms and setting up plays. You're not setting up plays often, you're not calming often, from what you're saying in the chat, you're not really doing any of that stuff. So we need to do that more, especially when we're on an active hero like Ivy, where Ivy has short cooldown, she wants to be fighting, right? With items like Headhunter, Heal Nova, right? Those are very strong early to mid-game items. And then the last point is ability usage, just in general. Sometimes you're using your abilities a little bad. That was mainly in the laning phase, the mid-game. Towards the late game, it got pretty good. But, yeah, that's it. Does that make sense, Instincts? I don't really think there was much else in that game besides those 3 things. The most important thing for you to work on, obviously, is that second point I brought up, where it's like, you need to look for more plays, have more initiative, right? Get creative. I saw no creativity in your gameplay with how you're approaching things. There was nothing I looked at where I was like, wow, that was like a really like cool way to set up the gank. And that's not a bad thing. A lot of people really don't do those kind of things, right? But that's essentially just what your gameplay needs when you're playing an active hero. I need to like, when I'm looking at your gameplay, there needs to be like, whoa, that was fucking that was a tech. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that, right? The only consideration is consider like what timers are happening. You know, if you're using your ult right before the urn spawn, that's probably not optimal. You probably want to might as well hold the ult for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, to just have it up for the urn, right? But yeah, besides that, I think your gameplay's good. Does that make sense, Instincts? Any questions you got for me, boss? Or how you feeling? How are you feeling, my friend? Are you feeling great? Feeling awesome? That's good. Can you flame me now? I wasn't flaming ever. It's a good kind of flame, you know what I mean? It's a good kind of flame. But yeah, I mean, I'll give a round of applause to Instincts. If no one else wants to clap, that's fine. I'll clap. I'll say you're clap my cheeks by myself. That's complete chill. Then I'm watching game back and I realized how little I ulted. Yeah, I honestly didn't realize how little you ulted in the late game until I was in there. Can you clap around? My cheeks or my hands? Because, not my cheeks, but I can clap around. My hands, you know? So, that was awesome.